Alright, today's video is the answers to Chapter 6 test review. I went ahead and I typed up the answers. Stop the video, check your answers according to the work that you did. If you missed one, then fast forward the video to find how I came up with the correct answer. Okay? Alright, with number 1, I went ahead and it doesn't say I have to use any sort of way to solve this system. So what I did was I just didn't know what to do, which I did, but if you don't know what to do, you can always just take the order pairs and test them into your equation. If it makes it true, then try the other one. If the other one is true, then you found your answer. So I took -2 and I put it in where x is. I took the 1 and put it in where the y is. From this equation here, I did the math and I got 9 is equal to 9. Then I did the same equation here, x and y. I put them in, I did the math, that was equal, so I found my answer choice, which is D. Or you could do substitution method, but it didn't tell me, so I just went ahead and used what we call plugging it in, okay? But it's really substitution method of an answer choice. So again, I could have put substitution here, but as an alternate, you can just take your order pair since it's multiple choice and just plug them in to see when you get the same, something that's true. So -2 goes where the x is, it's right here. And then at 5, and then I put the 3 where the y is, and then I did the math and I got 3 is equal to 3. Okay, that one works. Let's see if -2 will work for the bottom equation. So we have -3 and -2, that's positive 6. 6 minus 3 is that 3, and it is, and that's my answer choice for number 1 and 2. Since there was no specific directions, I could do it that way since it's multiple choice. Okay, number 3. 3, it says to graph it. So I went through, and this equation is already in slope-intercept form. So I went ahead and graphed it. Starting at -5, I went up 4 and over -1 and created my line. The second equation was in the slope-intercept form, so I had to put it that way, and this is what I came up with. And the 2 are the same, so it's the same line, so it's infinitely many. Okay, these two are already in slope-intercept form. I graphed the first one starting at 2. It's a negative slope, so y is equal to -x is this line right here. And then I have started at 5, it's positive, it's here. They crossed in the middle, so it's one solution, okay? Alright, so number 5. This one does say to use substitution method, so I want you to use the method that they're asking for. And we're substituting, we're taking this and we're plugging it in down here, is what I did over here. I did the math, I worked through it, and we have x is equal to 4. Took that -4, plugged it in right here, did the math, and I've got -4 and 3. Same thing, substitution method. I did the work here. We took this and we plugged it in down here, or substituted it. So here's the work right here. Did all the work. Got x is -2. Took that -2, substituted it here. I did the work right here. So if you need to stop, pause, look and see what I did, all the work is showing there. Number 7. Number 7 was also substitution method. So we're going to go over here. We substituted this 2x and put it up here. Did the work. X is -1. Took that -1, substitute there. Alright, number 8. Number 8 says to use elimination method. Okay. Oop. I'm sorry about that. The bell's ringing. Okay, so number 8, it's elimination method, so I'm going to eliminate the letter x. And so what we did here was I multiplied everything I saw by negative 3. And I ended up with negative 3x, negative 3y, and negative 3. That should be a negative 3. Or a positive 3 right here. I don't know how I got 4. Anyway, so it's right here. So now you're going to eliminate, add these down. Oh. Okay, so I was right here. Those eliminated. I went, added those down, got negative 7y. Put this together, got negative 21. Divide by 7, or negative 7, and I got a positive 3. So the positive 3, I substituted in for my y on this equation right here. So then I did the math, and I got negative 4 is my x, and 3 is my y. All right, I'm going to stop this. That's too noisy outside. Okay, and now number 9, the work for number 9. The original problem is the yellow highlighted there. We're using elimination method, and I looked to see which one would be easier for me to eliminate, and I chose to do the y. I have a 3y and a negative 2y. So on the top one, I multiplied by a 2. And on the bottom, I multiplied by a 3. Because when I multiplied this, I got this equation right here. Okay, so I got that. I'm going to erase it. My highlighting on it. Alright, and then when I multiplied the 3, I got this equation down here. Okay, so now I eliminated the y's, so those are gone. I added these down, which I subtracted first, kept the sign, so I got 14x. And I put these together, which is negative 56. Then I divided by 14 both sides. I ended up with a negative 4. I took that negative 4 and I put it in to this x right here. So this is the work right here. I did that. I did the math. I did all the work, and I solved for y. So my answer is negative 4, 2, which is letter D. Alright. Next one. Number 10, the work there. Okay, so my equation for the problem is, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight the original problem because I'm doing it off of the worksheet. So this is my original problems. Okay, I want to eliminate, but now there's a problem. We need to make sure that the x's are lined up and the y's are lined up. And the x and the y are lined up here, so I need to move things around. So I'm going to move my y to this side so that it can be okay. So on this first one here, I'm going to highlight what I did so you can follow my procedure here. I took this and I moved it to this side. Okay, so now I've got 2x minus 3y is equal to 9. That's what this is right here. Then I took this one, and this is the work I did here. I moved the 2x over here. I have my 9y and my 15. So this is what I'm working out with right here. Okay, did I eliminate the x's? And I did. That becomes a 0, right? It's gone. I added these down. I got 6y. I put these together. I got negative 6. Divide by 6. Divide by 6. I get y is equal to negative 1. I took that negative 1 and now I put it in back to this original equation. So see, this is this original equation. I took that -1, I put it in here, I got 3, I did the math, divided, and I got my x is equal to 3. Okay, so that took a little bit of work. I moved both equations, so I got the x and y on one side, and I was able to eliminate the x. Okay, now number 11 isn't as complicated. It's already set up in elimination method. We're eliminating the 3x, added those down, got a -2y, added these down, got a +18, divided, and we got y is equal to -9. Okay, so now I went back up to, it looks like the bottom problem here, because it was a positive, I put the -9 here. Got -18. Okay, I want to get numbers on one side, letters on the other, so I move that over here to the other side to make it a +18 divided by -3, and I got 9, so -9, -9, that's number 11. Okay, and number 12, first of all, we need to put this in slope-intercept form. So that's what I did here. I took this equation and put it in slope-intercept form. So I subtracted 6x, moved around, divided. I divided by a positive, so the sign stayed the same, and now I have my slope-intercept form. Then you've got 4 choices here as far as graphs. I'm looking for one where the beginning point is +3. So 1, 2, 3, this one. That's a 3. That's a 3. And that's 3. Okay, that didn't help me. I'm looking for one that's a solid line, because why is it solid? Because it has a line under it. I'm going to erase it. So I'm looking for the one with a line under it. So I know that I can get rid of 2 right off the bat. I can get rid of this one because it's dashed. I'm going to get rid of that one because it's dashed. Now I have 2 choices here. Okay, it looks like the lines are the same. They're both the same lines. They're both negative slopes. Okay, but now is it shaded above or below? And because it's on the big fat side of the y, it's going to be shaded above the line. So therefore, this one is shaded above the line. That's why it's letter D. Alright, number 13, same idea. We've got our inequality here. Put it in slope-intercept form. That's the work I'm doing here. Okay, I divided and multiplied by a negative number. So what did I do with this sign? I flipped it. Okay, so make note of that. We're looking for dashed lines. So, okay, that didn't help me this time. They're all dashed. I'm looking for a slope that is positive. Here's a positive slope. This one's negative. It's pointing towards the negative numbers. It's not it. This is a negative slope. It's not letter D. Where's my cursor? It's not D. So these 2 I can get rid of. These 2 are both positive slopes. Now we just need to look. It's shaded. It's on the big side of the y. It's going to be shaded above the line. So this one's shaded above the line. So it's letter A. Okay, number 14. It's already put in slope-intercept form. I'm looking to see it's a line under it, so they're all solid. That doesn't help me. Okay, I'm looking to see I've got a positive slope. So let's see if I can get rid of any. Nope. They're all positive slopes. That doesn't really help me. I'm looking for the beginning point at -1. Here's our -2. Here's -2. That's +2. I can get rid of it. Oh, that's a +2. I can get rid of that. Okay, and this is a -2. So it's between A and B, and then y is on the big side again, so it's going to be shaded above, so it's this one right here, and that's why it's letter B. Next one. Okay, number 15 is a little different. It's giving you a graph and they want you to find the inequality that matches. Okay, one thing I know, it's a dashed line, so I'm going to get rid of the ones that would make a solid line. I'm going to get rid of, I'm losing my cursor, sorry. I'm going to get rid of number A, because that's going to create a solid line, and I need a dashed line. And I'm going to get rid of letter C. Okay, we're starting at -2. -2 is down here, that's where the y-intercept is. Okay, that doesn't help me. Okay, they both have a slope of 4. This one's shaded above the line, so therefore it's going to be, the y is going to be on the big side. Alright, so that is number 15. Getting there, almost done. Alright, and number 16, the very first top one, the top one is already in slope-intercept form. The bottom one is not, so that's what I'm doing down here. I'm doing the work. And there's the second one that's in slope-intercept form. Now I need to see the two graphs that would match. Okay, I'm looking for the beginning point of 4 for this one, and has a slope of 1, positive. I'm looking for a beginning point of -4, and it has a slope of -2. So I need a positive slope and a negative slope, and you may have to extend these lines out to kind of see. They kind of stopped them, but you might have to extend them out. Okay, so this one, it started at 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have a slope of up 1 over 1, or down negative over positive. Negative and negative make a positive. So I got a positive slope here, and it's shaded below the line. And this one, it started at -4, and we went up 2 and over -1, up 2 over -1, and it's shaded below the line. And I just went ahead and I extended my lines so that I could really see where they intersect. And maybe the best way to do this is to draw your own graph on the side and then see which picture matches. That's maybe what you might want to do on your test. So that's that one. Okay, and number 17. Now, they gave you a picture, and again, they want you to choose the two equations that match. And what you might have to do is you may have to extend the line some, which I did here. I extended the line to see where it crossed on the y-intercept. So that one crossed at -2. So my beginning point is -2. Okay, we need to figure out the slope. So we went up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. So this one has a slope of 1. That's that line. And then down here, the y-intercept is right here, so that was at, I can get my cursor to move, and that's at 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so at -6 is this line right here. So we have -6, that's our B, and then your slope went up 2, it went up 1, 2, 3 over 1, so our slope is -3. So now I look and I find the ones that are solid lines. So the ones that are solid lines, looks like they're all solid lines. I'm looking for a beginning point at -2. So, and now the other part of this you need to look for is shading. So this line, where I find this one right here, it's going to be shaded below the line. So I am looking for y is on the small side. In this one, this green line, that's shaded below the line also. So this one's shaded below the line. So I'm looking for, because look at all the numbers. There's a -2, but now those are on the big side. I'm not going to use that one. These two, the beginning points are wrong. These two, the beginning points are right, but these are wrong. And look at these two are on the little side, just like they need to be. So that one took a little bit of hunting, but we found it. Okay, now let's look at number 18. I think it's down at the bottom here. 18, the same idea. You're going to have to really look at the graph and see if you can figure out which one would work. Okay, now, if I look at the options I have down here, they're all the same. Oh, not this one, is 3, and that's 8. So, does it have a beginning point of 3? And I'm going to go up here and I'm going to look to see if there's a beginning point of 3. 1, 2, 3, no. So that one with the beginning point of 3 is not going to work. So I'm going to go ahead and cross off letter B. Can't use that one because we have no beginning point of 3. Okay, these are all the same. We just need to figure out which one is which. I'm going to go ahead and you need to put them in slope-intercept form. So this one is y is greater than or equal to -x, -8x, minus 8. This one is y, and it's -3x minus 8. And this one, I did. So now, let's see. We have a -8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we have a -8 there. Okay, but what's our slope? 1, 2, 3 over 1. 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. So we're looking for a slope of -8, 3 over 1, and it's shaded above the line. -3, 8 shaded above the line. Looks like it's that one. And then we have a +8. I might have to move it up just a little bit. And that one has a slope of 1, and it's shaded below the line. So the shading is the key. The graph is there, the shading is the key, and that's how we got letter D. So those are a little bit more difficult. You kind of just have to kind of really look at what you got there. I know it's hard to see, but do your best with them.